Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. Alessandro Costa, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism and power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's now on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Here's Kaka. Oh, some astute defending there. And here's Haaland. And he's lost his man here. Haaland is fouled. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
Sola! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Goa with the corner, there first. That is well cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's shifting through the gears here. Shevchenko. Haaland. Shot goal! And he's done it! The first significant strike. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The manager here is absolutely fuming. He has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Erling Haaland!
Goal have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Played into space. Costa calmly anticipates. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. And he's there to clear it. And here is a player who is really happening. Yamal, he's found a way through. Tries a shot! He's got a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the trust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score.
Big shot! Good finish. And they're back in front. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Goa with the lead. Costa. And they've got a throw. That's a good run down the left. Shevchenko gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Half-time coming up. Little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. He's on it. Can he get away? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Van Balten promptly onto that, and that is that. Ambitious ball here. Now this could be a chance. He might be in here. Haaland! That was no routine save.
Haaland really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Araujo clears without hesitation. Struck first time. Oh, the ball's come loose here. So, temporary halt to the action. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game. Breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Goa leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. And we are back underway. That could spell trouble. Oh, he's all alone. Deeply away. Donatoni. Shevchenko. Now it's Haaland. Kante gets over and intercepts. Zola is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Kaká. Zola. He's had it taken off him. Donatoni defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well for his man. He's picked his way through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
He has found a way through. Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Oh, perfectly measured that. Decent chance! And it's in! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
And a shot! That's a real chance missed.
Haaland has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win.
Coming on the field, number 9, Luis Diaz. Number 15, Cristiano Ronaldo. Substitution on the field.
Goa are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. And he's managed to get free.
Number 5, Riker. Substitution in progress.
Argentina clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Nicely weighted ball. And the keeper takes decisive action. Yamal. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Plenty of space out wide here. Great defending, strong and determined.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
That's been drilled. That's that, the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Haaland taking in the accolades, having been... Football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Pete.
And Berbatov! Berbatov for brilliance!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh no, this does not look good. And the shots! It's it! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual.
Good chance here! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
First quarter of an hour gone. That pass isn't the best. Haaland receives it in a good position here. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. That's a cute ball. Schlotterbeck promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Messi. Stood up well to him there. Rafinha. Oh, it's Batistuta. Oh, it's come loose. Kaka. Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Araujo carries the ball down the right. Shevchenko. And it's Kimmich. Threads one in. Shot from beyond. He's free. He has got space. Oh, what is happening? Big chance! And he's stuck it away. And they get themselves in front. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? He can run onto that. That's been cut out. Well played. But he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Argentina clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Zola takes a shot. It's a loose ball. Kaka. Great defending, strong and determined. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Shevchenko.
2 added minutes.
That is Stuta! And he hits the net. Again, we are level. What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. That brings the first half to a close. Goa are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time. And so the action is resumed.
Goa are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
That ball looks a good one. Tries to pass it through. Haaland. Oh, that's fabulous. And he can bump it away. That has not gone well. Kimmich. Goes looking wide.
Rafinha really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Cute ball now. How can he reach it? Well taken goal. And they're back in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Goa with the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the number one contender, and he's done it again.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's managed to get free. And that's been won straight back. Messi, he has found the way through. Kaka. Kimmich. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Shifted it to the flank. It's a promising position. He's heaved it away.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Substitution on the field. Number 25, Soda. Number 17,
Batistuta.
Berbatov. Number 19,
Araujo.
Shevchenko.
Kaka.
Number 10,
Great vision.
Messi.
Lovely pass, but how did he get there?
Number
It's
9,
really well cleared.
Luis Diaz. Number 15,
Will be a throw in.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 11, Royce. Number 20, El Hadj Diouf.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Very much into the last knockings. Kimmich. Now Kaká. Spread out to the left. Diaz. And here's Kaká. Good looking ball. It's Haaland. He's got away. He's being urged to shoot. Shevchenko is flagged offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 22.
Goal can make their change now with and that is that. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
And a quick announcement for the benefit of anybody who was
Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then.
Peter, we are very fortunate to be in the presence of Gianfranco Zola.
One of Italy's most beautiful footballers ever.
No doubt. And he brings such a natural, instinctive feel to a game with his freedom of movement.
And Berbatov!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
That has been cut short. Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Shevchenko. Messi. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Zola! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
It's Messi. Quarter of an hour played. Nice looking ball. Schlotterbeck kept his eye on it, and he's there. Played out towards the right wing. Nicely weighted ball. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough of the pass to do.
It's a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly have time to even react. And there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Here's a shot! And he should have made them pay.
Zola really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
He is through here. And Messi!
Messi really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Now he's got space here. That's been cut out, well played. Nicely aimed pass. Now, can they get him away? De Bruyne, that's a cute ball. It's made its way to him. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Goa truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Solar, he's found the way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Back towards the middle. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Messi! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
That signals the end of the first period. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Goa trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So straight into the second half.
Well, can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Spread out to the left. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Kaka. Shapes to shoot! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Kaka just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he rises to it.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. This looks promising. Pass is just off target. Dealt with nicely by the defence. He's done very well to take that back. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Not the most accurate pass. Tries to play it through. And the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. But he's left disappointed.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
De Bruyne. That is a crunching tackle. Kanji did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. Jupe.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling.
Shot, surely! That's another chance! Yes, it's there! This is getting better and better.
After 78 minutes.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now.
Chance for a shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Zola is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set, and match.
De Bruyne.
It's their second corner of the game.
22. Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field.
He's rising! And that really should have been that.
Gerrard.
And they win it back again. Oh, that's delightful. Great chance! Royce gets flagged offside.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 5.
Barcelona have opted to make another change here. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Added minutes has been indicated.
And it's Royce. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Chiellini. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pops him off in and wins back the ball. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Goa were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. What a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with Roberto Carlos, I can make an exception.
He's not a defender at all, is he? He's a winger more than that.
Exactly, the Brazilian Express, up and down the line all the time, and a taker of audacious free kicks.
Looking to play him in. Now it's Ronaldinho. Zola. Knocks it into space. Roberto Baggio! The sheer brilliance of Roberto Baggio!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
He'll try from distance! And a neat finish! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores.
And Del Piero! Wonderful from Del Piero! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And again they hit the front. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball. So effortless.
Can he finish? And he's there to belt it away. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Played out to the left flank.
You can never be sure the ball is in the space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And it's Kaka. He's in plenty of space here. Roberto Baggio. Chance here to counter. That pass isn't the best. Chiellini. Del Piero looking for the run, and it's made its way to him. That is a crunching tackle. Baggio unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos proves just a little bit too strong. Duke in the hunt and looking threatening.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Plays it out wide. That's been intercepted. Roberto Baggio. And for the first half, that is that. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Back on the way then.
Goa really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Kaka charging forward, the ball at his feet. Played out towards the right wing. Duke plays it out wide and in space. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Araujo cuts it out. Shevchenko. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Araujo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Zola. Roberto Carlos.
Ronaldinho really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And this is Del Piero.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Kaka. It's a really well-measured ball. Tossed to the back post. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got away. Just 5 minutes remaining now.
Borussia Dortmund nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Good read, needed to be nicely spread.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that's that. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, it's got to be said, Peter, it's a day to forget for the players at the heart of the defence who were just getting beaten way too easily on so many occasions. But I think the manager, too, has to take responsibility for his failure to stop the leaks. But I think the manager, too, has to take responsibility for his failure to stop the leaks.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running.
I'll be accused of bias here, but I can't overlook the great professional that is Javier Zanetti.
What's that bias, Jim? He just has a lot. He has such class, doesn't he?
That's it, an oozer of class and an example to all aspiring footballers.
It's a good one he's making out on the left. He's got away. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, that looks a decent ball.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Now, who's going to be first to this? That's a throw. Take back. Now it's Shevchenko.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Aims beyond the defence. Now it's Berbatov. Lovely, now then. And Shevchenko! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Shevchenko is offering a right mile there.
Goa with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Chiellini. Shevchenko dominates aerially so often. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, that's well spotted. Danny Olmo. Right, Shevchenko. Kaka. Raul. Kimmich. Araujo. And Akanji. Chiellini. Shevchenko. Zola. Right, Shevchenko. Raul. He's found a way through. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Great effort, but no way through. Chiellini. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That pass isn't the best. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he cuts out the supply. That is the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Everybody, please kindly.
So, nothing to report so far on the goals front.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And that little bit of skill has got him away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Well, played through for the wide man. Juve picks it up out wide. That's a throw.
Substitutions taking place.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great vision. Neatly clipped into space. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Schlotterbeck. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
Messi. Good purposeful running this.
That's pretty clear. It is a foul.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Messi is behind this one.
Messi!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Number 15, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 11, Royce.
Brazil really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
No way through.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
Now it's Messi.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
This is Ronaldo. Kaka is a player who's always giving defenders headaches.
2 added minutes.
It's a stoppage
have been
time, whistle
indicated.
due any moment. Kaka. It's an imaginative pass.